Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Sunday. It is the 14th of November 2021. I'm going to look at the featured 8th race from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. The 8th race from Aqueduct, it is the Winter Memory Stakes. It's going for a purse of $150,000. Race for 3-year-old fillies here. We have a field of a dozen horses stepping on the inner turf course, the distance of ground here of 1,700 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 mile 1/16th on the Aqueduct inner turf course. 1,700 meters, 1 mile 1/16th. And I show the diagram, just gives me a second to look down my notes, just bear with me. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 4 horse here as my iPad craps out. It always does it. It's time for a new one. This iPad's, going on about 10 years old very, very soon. So, like I said, it's time for a new one. But the top selection is the 4 horse, who is Gam's Mission. We'll go 4, 3, 10, 6 in the superfecta. 4, 3, 10, 6 super. Top selection of 4 horse Gam's Future. This 3-year-old filly by Noble Mission. Sherry DeVoe trains this one. Luis Saez gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came in Saratoga on the 8th of August. The mile 3/16 in the Saratoga Oaks. And the horse finished 5th by 4 3/4 lengths there. She kind of stalked that day. A little bit of a rough trip in the lane. And she just couldn't quicken up to her full potential. Maybe the extra 16th of a mile got to her 3/16. Cutting back to a mile and a 16th. On a speed favoring turf course, I think the horse could run a lot better than she did in her most recent races. 2 back in the Belmont Oaks at Belmont, a mile and a quarter on the 10th of July. She finished 4th by 2 lengths, and she was drawn very, very wide, and she never had the turn of foot, and she wasn't beating Santa Barbara, who's much the best horse that day, a very good O'Brien horse. And then prior to that, she went at Churchill, Mile 8th, and the Great 3 Regret, winning by 3/4 length, coming from mid-pack. She didn't have the best beginnings, was a little bit wide, but she got there with a lot left in the tank. That was a very good race for her there. And then prior to that, the 8th of May at Churchill, Mile 16th, allowance race for just $108,000. The horse won by a neck, and coming from mid-pack, a little bit wide, but she got the job done in hand. She hasn't run half bad other than that Saratoga Oaks where I thought she had a trouble trip, and I also don't think the trip was to her liking, the mile 3/16. I think a mile 16th is her preferred trip. She's training well at Church at Keelan, and 9-2, let's give her a shot. The 3 horse Plum Ali, she's a war horse. She's making her 11th start today, but she always runs these good races. You'll be seeing her run at the end, in this race. At a disappointing 5th in the Sands Point, though, most recently, where she just was a little bit too far back. But I thought the 5th place finish before that, the Pebbles, wasn't bad at all, where she was just stupidly wide. She was basically in the arena at Belmont. That's how wide she was. If she could save some more ground that day, she probably would have made the race interesting. But I like her also cutting back to a mile 16th here to Aqueduct. We'll give her a shot at 8-1 to blow up the slate pick 4. Not like yesterday's where you saw a $94 horse, a $35 horse, and I think you might even saw a $50 horse in that late pick 4. And it paid a very small amount, which is very weird. I thought it would pay a lot more, but that's very off subject. But to recount my selection for the 8th from Aqueduct, it's the Winter Memories. Let's take as a top selection of 4 horse Gam's Mission. Give kudos to the 3 horse Plum Ali, 4, 3, 10, 6 super, 4, 3 in your multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.